That was Sweet Child of Mine and Guns N' Roses. Have you heard of them? Good morning, Sean here. It's time now for the Revelstoke Mayor Report with Mayor Gary Sauls. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Sean.
Yeah, a little classic for you. Oh, it's Guns N' Roses. Who's that?
Awesome.
So, Gary, what's going on in our backyard? Tell me something good and exciting.
Well, let's talk about safety right now. So there's a provincial fire ban on with campfires and whatnot. That's extended to the community. No burning of fires unless it's something like barbecue or a propane fire pit. That can be monitored closely.
You know, it's funny when they do these safety things that come out. They come pop, and they're usually no fire bigger than this. Then that's no fire bigger than this, and now it's like no fire at all. So I could see where people get confused, but there's zero fire. And I did notice online that they were giving out tickets. And that those tickets were predominantly not in our area, which is good. They were out in the Kootenays and out on the Sunshine Coast, and they're hefty. They're like $1,100.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, they're $1,100 for if you get caught with a campfire. Not a propane. You're cool with propane.
Yep. So I just wanted to mention that. Also, water restrictions are on. Water restrictions are always on in Revelstoke year round. So odd days can water on odd days from 6 in the morning till 10 in the morning. Even days on, even addresses on even days. Again, 6 in the morning till 10 a.m. That's it. You can hand water whenever you want, but that doesn't mean taking your hose out, laying it on the lawn and turning it on. That's not hand watering. So I've seen some of that over the past week. The reason we want you to adhere to the water restrictions is so that we don't have to go to level 2 where it's hand watering only. There's 1 or 2 spots in the Okanagan now that are at level 3. You can't water anything. And it's to preserve water in case there is a fire.
Yeah, I saw Doug posted that the restrictions are workable. Like what they've set up, it's still fine for them to control.
Yep.
And hand watering is kind of like you said. It's like, go water your flowers. Yeah, go ahead. And then you're done, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the idea. So I've had several residents call me quite concerned about how do we get out of the community if there's a fire, where do we go, that sort of thing. So there is a plan. There is an emergency plan that's set up by the CSRD and activated by our local fire people and our emergency operations people who are some of the city staff. There's no defined way to get out of the community if there was a fire because we don't know where the fire is. So once there was a fire, then we could say to people, you go this direction or you go that direction if you need to evacuate, or you go to this center to basically be safe. What I'm saying to people is if you want to be prepared, if you're really concerned about things, then have a go-to bag ready to go with all your emergency documents, that sort of thing, in some food, some water, clothes, medication, that sort of thing. And you can go online at Emergency Management BC to see what you should be putting into those sorts of things to kind of protect people. And, that's kind of...
Pack your PlayStation.
There we go.
Yeah.
whatever bag you think's
need,
going to fit in the car. And then I just want to talk a little bit about the ambulance stuff. I'm hearing other mayors around the province have the same concerns we have here. So a few days ago, Mayor Ozist from Golden, Mayor McCormick from Kimberley, myself, and Doug Klobuchar spoke to Adrian Dix, our health minister, talking about our concerns with the ambulance and let him know exactly what our concerns are. There's 22 communities here in British Columbia that will lose the same type of service that we have if this goes forward. So we're definitely in conversations with them and with BC Ambulance. Let them know we're concerned. So we are actively working to make sure that we can have our what we call 24/7 Alpha car here like we have now. So
there was a story that broke just before you came in, and I read it. It was about a man in Burnaby that waited for an hour. It was during the heat wave, and he died because and the family even said they don't blame the paramedics because they were riddled by red tape, and they were overworked and understaffed, and the fellow didn't make it, and he was not very old. He was my dad's age, which always kind of flares when it's your parents' age, right?
Yep.
And the other story, the young dad in a Soyuz, I'm sure you read about that.
Actually, I haven't read about that.
He was in the water with his son, his 2-year-old, and then all of a sudden a couple noticed that the little kid was by himself, and where was the dad? Well, the dad was floating in the water.
Oh my.
And then I'm like, holy jeez, I knew that I would school them. And they don't know how or why. And I mean, you could assume maybe he had heat stroke or who knows, right? But those are all pretty serious things. But of course, then the timing of everything doesn't add up. Now, he was already past at that point, but that doesn't change the fact the timing of it all it sucked. Yeah. Didn't help. So this is a big deal, especially for us if we're already adding time just because we live in the mountains in general, just adding time to getting to a hospital, especially if you have to fly out or whatever.
Yeah, that 15 or 20-minute window, if someone's a stroke victim, could mean life or death. If it's, if it's an allergic reaction with a child or someone, same thing.
I'm going to say this again, and I got frustrated with my dad, and I told him, and this is directly at you, Rob. If you're on the golf course, carry baby aspirin with you. He had a big argument. Well, it wasn't an argument, but it was like he started to act a little bit like a kid, and I had to parent him. And I said, do you carry baby aspirin with you? He said, no. I said, well, can you please do that? And he said, why? And he had lost his friend on the golf course. Like his good friend died suddenly at a Widowmaker.
Yep.
And I think he was comparing it to that. And I said, I get it. I understand. His situation was horrific, and it happened. And it happened in an instant. I said, but maybe if it ever happened, and hopefully it doesn't, if it did, maybe that could have helped you. And he's fighting me on it. And I said, do you carry gum in your golf bag? Do you carry spare teas? Do you carry sunscreen? Yeah, where is it? He goes, in the bag. I said, well, then put your damn baby aspirin in the bag next to your gum. It's not going to hurt you. And maybe it won't save your life. Maybe it will. I said, but let's just go on the side of having it in your damn bag so that I don't have to explain to my sons something happened to Papa. Just keep it in your bag and stop arguing with me. I know it's best for you. I'm your son. See, sometimes we care so much we get frustrated. So I'm just saying with this type of thing, maybe those are the things that we need to think about. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
You know what? And I think everybody, my generation and up, should be carrying that anyway. And let your golf buddies know it's there in case they need it or you need it, and you can't take it yourself. That sort of thing. Being prepared in any of these events is the way to go. And we have that opportunity, so let's do it. So good on you. Is Rob talking to you anymore?
Yeah. Is there anything else that's good going on? Anything that we have to look forward to, or nothing too exciting just now?
Well, we're into summer, so there's all kinds of things that are that would normally be going on, but because of COVID, things are tampered down. But the facilities are open. The swim pool's open. The Williamson's Lake is open. There's all kinds of things. The splash park, all those things are open for the kids, and
it's slowly starting. So yeah, that's good.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go off on a vacation and enjoy myself. So you have a fantastic 2 weeks. We'll see you soon.
You bet. Take care.